Alright folks, welcome back. It is day, we are doing day 20's prompt. The prompt for today is Uncharted. And boy howdy. So we had a prompt of the horizon. We had a bit of ocean flare in it a little bit. Like I used the whole water thing for a couple of times. And we had a bunch of landscapes. So inevitably, there is one thing that I haven't drawn yet. I guess previously, I might have made like some sort of seafaring thing, but only in like a river sense or like a lake. So I guess today we are going to draw some sort of boat. And depending on how long that takes, perhaps we will see another horizon. Oh, there's Anakis. See another horizon that you would join today. Yeah, welcome back. So we may see a horizon and some water. I think we're gonna do watercoloring today as well. That's probably something I haven't done. I haven't done watercoloring in a while. It's actually, I might have to look at what type of brush. It's very specialty like when I do watercoloring. Does this stack? Kind of. What about this one? Oh, I'm not looking for this one. That's not what we're gonna do. This one maybe. No, that's too much. Intriguing. That might be one for shading. Unless this one is... I think that one is... This one's a little too rough. It does look great though. At the texture. We'll definitely be using this one at some point, I think. Actually, how does it do with color? Interesting. Maybe. What about this? Probably not. This is probably a pass. Yeah, we're not using. I used this before too. Hello there, Gambito. I don't think that gives me enough resolution. How about this? Not bad. And then I use this for backgrounds. So this is probably going to be our fill. Yeah, we're probably going to use this for our color block for today's prompt. And I think we're going to use this for our shading. So does that mean I'm going to use this for my line art? No, this is probably going to be for highlights. So let's see. Let's add this. This and this. And this. Yeah. And I think that's it. And then we already have this. So those are going to be our 4 things to try to make. What am I drawing? I am drawing a blank canvas with lots of strokes. Now today's prompt is Uncharted. So we're gonna do a sea voyage inspired thing. We're gonna start with the ship itself, probably. And then if it doesn't take like 4 hours, we'll put in probably a water with some water and probably the ocean and a horizon. Sun, it's probably going to be afternoon. Okay. Dream is frozen. Not on my end, unfortunately. So okay, I'll repeat. So the stages we have, if it's unfrozen now. The stages we have are, we're gonna draw the ship, right? Let's do this. I don't know if it's unfrozen yet. That's a little weird. So we got our ship, right? Well, we might as well write it on here so that in case it's frozen. So we got our ship. Then comes water. And if we have time, we'll probably do sunset. Sunset on the horizon. And if we have even more time, island of sorts. Island plus mountain. Realistically, we're probably only gonna get to these two. Okay. How we're compartmentalizing the stuff. Alright. Start with our subject here. Okay. Well, this one's probably gonna take the longest. I think I've gotten pretty okay on how to shorthand this stuff. However, it can be a little tricky on the main subject. Okay. So try to capture this. Perhaps a little bit more angular. You're back. So, in case you missed it, we're starting with a ship. And then we have time. We're going to draw water. More like the ocean for the setting. And if we have time, a horizon. And I think the time of day we're going to choose is sunset. Sunset. And then if time, we'll do an island with an interesting I'm gonna say like a monolith or something. And then if we have lots and lots of time, then some extra like foliage and Probably like a surrealistic sky, which that's probably not going to happen. The first two is exact. This will probably take 4 hours. Actually, if I had to, yes, the ship is going to take 3 hours. The water is going to take 1 hour. All this other stuff. That's kind of how that works. Shading involves all of these. So when we're talking about 3 hours, we're talking about each one of these components are separate processes. So they'll probably go through 3 or 4 steps. My drawing process for everything in general goes through 7 steps, but generally 3 to 4 is enough. Shading would be too general to describe what those 4 steps are on my end. Almost everything involves shading. You can always pop into Discord if you want. This is what I did yesterday to give you an idea of what the process looks like. So yesterday's composition was ridge, like a mountain ridge. You don't have Discord? I see. Well, you can always do something. Maybe in the future. So, you see line work, right? You see line work. Then there's texturing. Then there's highlights. The things come in stages. So you stop whenever. Thanks. Yesterday's was a lot of fun. The previous day, this is probably going to be closer to what I'm aiming for. 2 days ago, you have different components, and if I don't finish the components, then they get cut. So it doesn't have to be like a complete picture. It can be separate things. So here there are one. So if you look, there's one thing here, 2 things, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. You can't do, so this is amazing. You do pencil art? You can do pencil art in digital if you want. The pen art that we did, because you know, there's ways to mirror things. So this was guidebook, right? Although the line work is done in ink, but technically it's a pencil. So you can do it in pencil here as well. It largely deals with how, like, what you're looking for, I suppose. Mechanically, pretty. I know, like on paper, but pencil art, a canvas and a paper, both digitally and stuff, right? If you're doing artwork, I understand what you mean. You do practical art. However, I would not say that doing pencil art is substantially different from doing digital art. And that explains a lot about how you would be able to share it. However, I guess you could take a picture of it. And it's interesting that you don't have Discord or use Discord. I don't see of another private way of sharing. I mean, you can load it onto a private server or something that you have, and you can whisper me. That's always kind of a use. But yeah. Some people draw with mouse. Here's one. Here's one that you can probably do with a mouse as opposed to like having a tablet, right? I use a pen. This one. This is Rome. For the prompt Rome, and all the buildings were made not necessarily with a freehand. It was used with vectors. So lines connected to lines. Where the building structures were made not with a freehand. you've tried doing digital art, but the Apple Pen or mouse doesn't feel the same as pencil and paper, so complicated for you. Well, they are different things, and different pencils are different pencils too. So I think it's more, in my personal opinion, it's more of a mental block of the lack of practice and willingness to commit to something. So that's perfectly fair, because it sounds like you prefer what you're used to, not necessarily prefer to explore new things. Because if you switch pencils, it also don't feel the same anymore. If you switch different types of paper, it also doesn't feel the same anymore. At least in my opinion. So when you come to say something like that, I feel like it's probably not too complicated for you, but necessarily it's different and you don't like. At least that's what it sounds like. You're new to Twitch as well, so you don't know how to make a private server either. You'll have to find. I don't. Twitch is public regardless. Discord, I tend to lean on Discord because at this point it offers a compromise of being private-ish and not being public, right? Because if you like post a link here on Twitch, it's going to end up, well, everyone's gonna know, right? You like this reflection? Yeah, the reflection stuff is how I cheat the system. Hello there, Blair. Like, if I don't have time to make like a background or something, I just do a reflection. And the reflection, like for example, this one, like, oh yeah, I can't, like, I don't have time. It's time to do a reflection. Or I don't have time. It's time to put in a normalizing regular like circle or something splattered to make it look so that there's a background. Comes in phases like this. Like the background took me 5 seconds. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's like 4 minutes or something compared to the composition itself. So that it really ends up being whether I have time or not. What is the most? I think the one that disproportionately I spent more time on the background was one that literally involved background. This one literally involved background, so that took exponentially more time, right? And then you have been trying to flex your muscles in Blender, so 3D model. Interesting. Very neat, very neat. And then you have situations where it got to the line art, and that's all the time I had. This one took, the process of the line art took so long that we just left it with line art. So then we composed around the line art, and that's all we got. So there's varying places. Although I usually find a stopping point. Like the parts don't necessarily, yeah, it really is up to time. We make it so that or I make it so that if I have time, we add more and more things. If I don't have time, then at least I completed something. Or I found a stopping point like this one, where you can probably guess, maybe. Oh, you sent me one? Alright. Look at. Not up here, but yeah. Oh, you don't know how to attach a photo? I actually have no idea if you can send a photo. It on Twitch, like in a whisper. I have no idea actually. But it's nice that you found out how to whisper. I think that's probably the most convenient way of being private. I don't want to share things like publicly or anything like that with if that person is not used to doing this type of thing, right? So that's largely why I tend to go straight to Discord for the time being. Yeah. So let's get back to our lonely banana. I'm obviously drawing a banana in case people don't know that this is a banana. It's a very interesting looking banana. Right, banana. I wasn't assuming boat at all. Yeah, yeah. It's already you shared your art publicly? Oh, okay. Fair enough. Then you can send the link for your artwork instead if it's already online somewhere. Yeah, this is definitely not a boat, guys. It's obviously a banana. Look, you know, we're definitely gonna lean in on like the red motif in order to and we're not doing a perspective shift. And we're not shifting this boat. We're doing a side profile of a banana boat. That's it. Because today I gotta take it. I'm not taking liberties here. We gotta chill. Things are getting a little too ambitious. At most 3 hours. We'll probably place some sort of adornment here. I'm gonna draw a box here. This boat has to look a certain way though. Like that is one thing. It has to look a certain way. Otherwise, the whole like incorporating a Chinese and Japanese thing is gonna be lost. Why did I schedule a doctor's appointment on your day off? Oh. When is your appointment? Soonish? Foreman's probably gonna stretch out. I don't know. We'll play something here too, maybe. Tomorrow at 1, I see. Ancient Brain Rot really telling me this is a boat from the... Yeah, probably actually. Yeah. Probably. It's a very recognizable boat. Or a recognizable era. I gotta at least capture some of the main features of it, or else won't be enough. It's it's largely common to both Japanese and Chinese. So I'm taking out two birds with one stone today. Usually I would try to include maybe two things. The landscape in the back could include more than two things. However, probably won't. Across here. The Pictoris link isn't working, so you're trying to find another link right now? I see. Yeah, I was gonna ask if when you mentioned you don't use Discord, right? My first thought was you don't also use social media, but I guess that answers that question. Because you can do a Pinterest link if you want it. I'll get to it when I get to it. I don't want these more angled. Okay. I guess we're going to probably do something like this. Put in all our lines, and then we'll go back and do the details later. We're probably going to be the support. Maybe something like that. We're here. This is probably going to be incredibly red themed to give that not the greatest with ribbons, I can tell you that. Work on. Okay. Support. Do support lines. And we're probably gonna like bow all this, right? Okay. I gotta move this down. Okay. But make it anime style. Oh, some people may be wondering, what the heck do you mean by anime style? Well, you can like do, what I mean by that is, you can do some really outrageous things with like ribbons and whatnot that makes it larger than life. There's a lot of things you can go back, touch up, and make it incredibly incredibly avant-garde. Like this ribbon here, right? I see an opportunity where it could be like, ugh. For the sake of being outwardly, or you can make like a part of the ship fantastically unnecessarily bombastic, or you know, keep it tame. Sometimes discipline is kind of nice. We'll see how it goes. This is a watercolor, so I'm gonna frame from doing too much shenanigans. I think it's a lot of fun when you have time for shenanigans. However, we gotta discipline first. Okay. We're definitely getting our sea legs. Oh, lack of a... Sorry, that's a pun. I realize that's a pun. We're definitely getting our sea legs going now with our aggressive style of sketching. And then next year we'll do it all over again. It gets as we get closer and closer to the end of Inktober. At the end of Inktober, I get a little bit, quite a bit more comfortable. So then the stuff gets a little bit more and more ambitious to go. Usually it deals with starting with the base, right? Starting with the base. Get the composition going, and then fill out the composition with some flow state improvisation, and then that provides the foundation for me to develop and feel out things I can do, experiment, Obviously, I'm not a person who typically go out of their way to somehow emphasize that novelty is where everyone starts. Like, oh yeah, you know, there's no merit to repetition, practice, and output. For myself, that's kind of where all of this started. You sent a link to your Inktober board? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at it after in the evening. Take a good look at it, and then I'll give you my unbelievable critique. I'm kidding. I'll take a good look at it, and then I will speak more. That will be a great talking topic for next time. Glad to hear that you also have a creative outlet. Not that good? Nonsense. Good according to whom, though? Like, who would... According to whom? You might ask. Certainly not, right? I don't have any standards when it comes to art. No standards. Unless you're doing this professionally, then there might be standards, but I don't do this professionally. So no worries. Okay. Look, drawing people is hard. Good for you. Oh. Waxing poetry about things. You don't know? You draw realism? Oh, okay. You draw realism, huh? I am a surrealist. However, yeah, I'm terrible with... I don't draw hyperrealism at all. So that is that means that I'm going to tear your artwork apart. I'm kidding. I wouldn't have any comments about hyperrealism. I have like zero. Yeah, I don't have anything that was meant to be hyperrealistic or realism in general. Yeah, quite a lot of things are exaggerated. Yeah, I'm an what do you call those words? An impressionist. Is that how that works? Yeah, I use I draw an impression. I'm an impressionist, so I give you an impression of things. Maybe like a little bit more of an expressive impressionist. I'm terrible at drawing this stuff, like a boat, like a regular boat. So, lots of times I avoid drawing like man-made objects and things that are very characteristically not nebulous enough. So this one was probably the closest thing I will ever get, and it took me a very long time, and it came down to not even I didn't draw this freehand, so there was no freehanding in this one. Well, okay, there were a few freehanding things, like a tiny bit, like 5% freehand. Everything else was aided because it had to be in proportion. The buildings had to look a certain way. Now, a boat is kind of okay because a boat has enough chaos. I like to draw objects with a lot of chaos, organized chaos. You draw backgrounds and stuff for art pieces, but the ones I have on my board don't have backgrounds except for one. I see. Yeah, my backgrounds are probably the ones that are most lackluster. I like drawing intimate like single things. So like for example, even this, that's not what the real thing looks like. The like I started with I look at references, or like I look at photographs, and then they end up becoming this. So rarely is it ever capturing what it is supposed to look like. I'm usually drawing what it's supposed to make you feel, or what it makes me feel, as opposed to that. You draw details and backgrounds, but it takes hours, and then I focus on the person, but I haven't focused on that recently. Yeah. So you go with background drawings. Yeah. This year I have done more landscape than I've ever done in the last 3 months. Like last 3 years during this month, I've done more landscape than I have done ever. And I avoid the full landscape as much as I can, because like you said, it takes a lot. Yeah, Tanghulu. Yeah, that's Tanghulu. And Dango. Yeah. So all the pieces this year has a Japanese and Chinese element to it. So they're either unified in one, like for example like this. They're either unified in one, or they share differences or commonalities. So all these items and stuff deal with Japanese and Chinese, because I started my language learning this year. So everything deals with one of them. So it makes people who are interested in Chinese and Japanese language learning, and in general who's into that culture, right? So this ship is something common to very stereotypically common, in my opinion, common enough to Japanese and Chinese that I'm drawing this ship the way it is now. I don't know enough about sailing to know if someone's just gonna come up and say, well, all the ships look like that during the, like, I don't actually know that. I happen to find that when I think about ships from like the Asian lands, I suppose, this is what I think about. so that's how art goes. And obviously, because of realism and stuff, I am not drawing something that's historically accurate. Like I'm not going for that kind of thing. I don't do that kind of thing. It's not an excuse. I'm not trying to say that I'm not interested. It is very interesting when people tell me these things, but I don't have the knowledge or necessarily the time for that. Unless someone is super interested in me figuring that stuff out. Okay. I think this is pretty good. We got the scaffolds of what we're looking for. So the sails are definitely reminding you of the Inazuma ships. Let me go find the ships real quick. Yeah, supposed to. I think so. I think this like whole curved sail thing, like this type of curved sail thing, I almost feel was more indicative of the Eastern style, like the older sail stuff. The older sail stuff, like the more modern ones are, I imagine, a different type of ship, or like Western ones. It was kind of interesting. If that isn't good enough, I will probably do like the coloring, the theme would probably give it away, right? At least I think. All right, so we got our ship, right? We'll clean it up later. Now the question is, how are we gonna do the water? Modern ships are boring. Well, they're clean, if you know what I mean. So they have their like elegant, and I'm not like suggesting you have to take them as not boring, but for myself, there's like an elegance to modern ships too. Like, so you have ornate and very interesting looking things, certainly back in the day, right? Especially Western or Eastern ships are like architecture and stuff are very ornate and whatnot. And then you have the like the hyper objective, efficient, sophisticatedly well trimmed lines. I drew a car recently, 2 prompts ago, and that's kind of when you're drawing like a modern car versus like an older car or like a different region car, you have that appreciation for like simple lines, like very, very minimalistic. And then you have your ornate stuff. Boring is to me in the eye of the beholder, obviously. However, for myself, there's something really elegant about capturing buildings, for example, like that one with the skyline, something magical, something really. Oh, here's an example. Like this building here, right, is modern architecture. The one in the middle, this little like triangle, rectangle, polygon thing, that's in Beijing. It's a building in Beijing. And then you have your old like your pagoda like structure that has repeating patterns and whatnot, right? So I like skylines because there's often a contrast between modern buildings and your older buildings. I didn't draw enough older buildings because the two cities here is Beijing, Beijing and Tokyo, because the back is Tokyo Tower. Something like that. Not that it's for everyone, obviously. You usually draw cities like New York or Tokyo when you draw buildings. Yeah. In this case, I chose Beijing because Chinese and Japanese theme has to. We're keeping that going for this year. So I haven't drawn too many Western related things. Western city related things. Now let me try to find the SS I just took of the screenshot you took of the harbor. Interesting. Like a harbor near you? All right. So the question is, how am I going to draw this water? Right? Are we going like a fun style of water drawing? I need something that complements watercoloring. So it can be like a small portrait. So a small thing where if we avoid the landscape, you're in game, you're landlocked. Oh, you're landlocked. Oh, in game as in the Genshin screenshot. So I have 2 ways we can go about this. We could do something like whoa. You know, we could do this for water. That'd be very Asian-like. I'm kidding. I'm overgeneralizing. Or we can do like a watercolor thing. How would I do a watercolor? Because this will be not great for watercolor. Or I was thinking of doing a watercolor thing for this one. Maybe you could draw the waves like on those old-fashioned paintings with, yeah, you mean the Japanese things which fades in the background. Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Let me give you a very quick let me give you the next couple steps for the subject, right? So here's the water. Like, say the water line is here, right? The water line. So the water line is going to be here. Now there's going to be a fade into another water line back here. And then there's going to be something that looks like this. And then the sun is going to be here. Right. And then there's going to be clouds here. Right. If we get there. This would take some time, but we could improvise something. Right. We could improvise something. And it has to be conducive to watercoloring. If we use too many lines, it's not going to end up great for watercoloring. I could decide not to do watercolor, I suppose. The simplest way I could think about it is don't do any lines and start throwing start throwing colors at the screen. So, and finish off the ship and then throw colors at the screen. So what I would probably do is oh, let me see the screenshot. I didn't have Train and Dragon to be in mind there, but I could see that. Oh, that is nice. Oh, that's what that looks like. Oh, interesting. Huh. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the last. Why is it so hard to find a ship in? Well, when you're looking for it, it can be tough. Let's paint the background. Let's do the paint the background thing first. So we're gonna ignore these things yet. We'll put them in if we have time. And I want... So we're using our fill, right? I told myself I was gonna use this as the fill. So let's do this as the fill. Something incredibly rich. Maybe this. Okay. It's a ship translation. By what I mean is, I'm not gonna pronounce. I'm not gonna try to pronounce. Is that the base color I'm gonna go with? excessive. Maybe a little bit darker, actually. We'll do the reverse later. Okay. Let's bring out our other thing. Maybe this. Enjoy a boatless Yazuma, like the whole color of the region. See. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that seems pretty standard coloring. Yeah, it's quite vibrant. It's reminiscent of a wood block print in a way. Ah, yeah, the Valentine, the fill, yeah. So we're taking the fill. I'm trying to determine how dark I'm going. I think we're just gonna go. Now the question is, how do I get? So I realize that this is probably not the thing I'm looking for. Maybe I can. Oh, this is only one intensity. Huh. What happens if I start going brighter? Okay, it does have some opacity. Nah, I think we're gonna try to stick with something that is round brushed. Whoops. So I need a watercolored round brush. Not that round. This works. So we'll take this. I didn't quite like the color that I want. Maybe this. Go out here. Right. About here. And we're gonna continue going lighter, probably. Let's take this. It's been a while since I did it this way. Let's see where this takes us. This is where we do. Wait. I don't know if I said that right. Yeah. Akoi. Don't worry, we got this. We got this. It's going to come together, I think. Oh no. No. Oh, no. This is not gonna come together. Because I have to do it in reverse. Because of the way the watercolor works, I have to do it in reverse. Yeah, I have to go from light to dark. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. So this doesn't work. The watercolor, like watercolor works the other way around. Oh no. Okay. How? All right. Let's. How? Okay. All right. Hold up. I can draw in the thing. That's fine. So you have to go from light to dark. So let's. I think light. The background is fine. My painting texture is fine. So now you have to draw in the dark thing. Okay. So let's take whatever I used. So this one. Okay. I wanted this color, right? Okay. So we gotta imagine in reverse, which is kind of cool. Let's just go from. Okay. This is why you try different things, because it's fun to see what you have to do. So let's go in reverse. All right. Okay. Let's just say, roughly speaking, this is where we imagine our little stuff, right? Back to square one. Yeah. That's how. Okay. So we got this, right? Okay. 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 Yes. I can probably see the clouds now. And you can probably know where the sun is. The sun's going to be at this point. We had to do it in reverse, so that's pretty much the fun thing about using this type of brush. Usually I go from dark to light. Like I do the other way. I paint everything into black and then span out and light out the stuff. But in watercolor, since it's stacking the other way, you have to do all the perspective in reverse. So that's kind of a neat like little exercise to do. And we're gonna combine two different techniques. I think the ship is going to be in a different coloring technique than the background, so to provide some contrast, as opposed to making the thing completely in the same contrast, right? Not sure if I'm getting quite the color, but it does help me. So now kind of want can I do it this way? What happens when I Oh, interesting. Actually kind of neat. That's a really neat effect. Maybe I'll do it like Oh, I'm feeling this. Hold up. No. I'm feeling this. Wait. This is good. This is good. Hold up. Let me think about this. So, okay. So let's do. Yes. I guess we'll do the reverse as well. So we're going here, right? So let's something like this. Okay. Then we're gonna combine a different thing. Let's do. Okay, we're not gonna do entire watercolor. Okay, I lied. I like to combine the strategies, so we are going to do two separate things. I know, I'm a liar. Hang on. Uh, don't worry, we'll bring in the sun. So far, it's an eerie vibe because we didn't add the light back in yet. I was gonna say I'm a very dark person. we haven't added the light back in yet, so give me a sec. We'll get on that. Oh, yeah, that has to be under. Oh no, now I have to do it in reverse. Hold up. Now I have to do it in reverse. Okay, hold up. I like doing this. This is like surrealistic things is kind of my jam. No, 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 no. I was thinking maybe I could. Probably, hang on. I think we can do radiating, right? Oh, you know what? We could also do hold. We could also do a flare. You're doing geometry homework right now? How's geometry treating you? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, hold up. I'm starting to feel things. Dang. And then hang on. Now we could add one more thing. Uh do a bit of splash of blue. IFY. What does IFY mean? Iffy. Oh. Iffy. Understandable. Understandable. That did not process with me. Iffy. Hang on. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna do some. I'm having a lot of fun doing the background right now. How much time has an hour and 20 minutes? Okay, an hour and 20 minutes. What happens if I place this underneath? Nope. I think what we're going to do is we're gonna place it underneath. No. Gotta spray paint. Okay. All right. So we're going to cheat because that's just the way it works. I don't know why I'm spending more time on the background, but we might as well. This is where digital art magic comes into play. Oh, I really like the blend of... I think I was a little too harsh on the one thing, but that's okay. Hold on. This is like such a flow state thing. Oops. This is how I save time on backgrounds. Don't worry, the ship is going to be in a different... The ship is going to be on a different plane. And then right back. So we gotta like this one. I might as well cover it up. Where is it? With this one. It's not the same color. Did I use a different brush? Was it... No. What's this brush? Maybe a different color. Nope. This part is gonna be covered up by the ship, so that's fine. And then yeah. Definitely throughout throughout the environment, like the thing that we were gonna do with the environment. And then I think we're gonna scale this back a little bit. Here. Okay. Not bad, not bad. You gotta love surrealistic colors, right? Okay. So then we gotta do our ship. And then call it a day. I like blending colors. At first I was thinking, can I make blue and brown work? Like, give it a try. There's also I could touch up things too, but I think this captures enough of the feeling. I was gonna go back and do lines to create the thing, but I think we're gonna keep the background purely without lines, and then the ship is gonna have lines. We do have to clean up the ship though. All right, so we have what, an hour and a half to clean up the ship. Okay, and then put the ship into the environment, which that's be okay. I think we can do that. All right. What can I say about this? I think the thing that makes it work, and I think a lot of people tend to in my opinion, like if you're focused on realism and stuff, it's like I totally get it that you would want to convey all the like the nooks and crannies and all the things, but what I find that is incredibly emotional about painting in general is, what do you see? What like, how do you convey what you feel when you see a ship sailing towards like a horizon, and then the clouds are parting way? It could, like, some people could look at a photograph and see, oh yeah, okay, that's what the sun would look like, that's what the sun should look like. The ocean, there's no way those clouds would have these colors or these shapes, that kind of thing. And you put it all together, right? The thing that I feel, one thing that blends well with realism and surrealism, is that it captures enough of what you think it feels like normal. Like, for example, all the things around the sun is brighter, and all the things away from the sun is darker. So effectively, I took all the colors that I wanted in the scene to express my thing, and I expanded it away from the sun. So that's the one thing that makes it coherent, even though what I did in the process was pretty chaotic, right? And when I see a sunset, sometimes that's what I see is not how I feel about it. But this is kind of something that I feel about it. There's something really kind of slightly dreadful about being in the open seas. You know, you have like dark clouds looming on the outskirts, but then there's the sun, right? The sun really brings you home close, right? I could do a different take and do the moon instead and whatnot, or have no clouds and do starry skies, and I can probably convey the same type of, it's isolating. At the same time, there's something in the sky or part of sailing that makes you feel alone, but also comforted by a friend. And in this piece, personally, the colors I chose, how to represent it, where it's going, I wanted to give the idea that yes, you're alone in sea. It's incredibly vast. However, the sun is warming and welcoming. You go towards the sun, that kind of thing. I don't know. Do it for what it's will. What take it with what you think it means. To me, I think I said this a couple of times about my artwork, I suppose. It's not particularly ham on any one particular thing. I think the beauty of artwork is the culmination of as much of yourself as you can place on the canvas. Now, with that said, if all of yourself, if you identify that hyperrealism and stuff is 100% you, it shows on your canvas, right? I think the one thing that it can be very discouraging is looking at someone else's work and they're like ham reflecting their own work, and you desire to be like that. And going in that way and learning and exploring your own identity, knowing that there's someone else who's already way ahead and will continue to have more experiences in the way they want, that's kind of, in my opinion, following a shadow, right? You're constantly following a shadow. And I do that too, for sure. Like, I take people's references, I look at people's references, and then I leave the shadow. I take the essence of their silhouette, the essence of what they're doing, and I deviate away from it, right? What can other people's inspiration, skills, and stuff serve for me to express my own things? So that's kind of why this is cool, because it's a combination of all the intuitive things that I've collected over the years. And it didn't take very long. I think the hardest thing, it's fairly obvious, the thing that takes me the longest is actually drawing things like ships and stuff, like things that are actually things. If I saw this in real life, like, hands down, like, what I mean is, if I saw this scene in real life, I would probably tear up. However, this is how I feel inside, so let me know, let me know how this makes you feel. Right? I'm obviously explaining some of it, but that's not what everyone's going to feel, right? It's not going to be the same feeling all around. So this is kind of nice. All right. So let's get our ship. Let's get our ships a spanking new outlook on life here. So how we'll clean it up. I almost kind of like it messy a little bit, but we'll clean it up and see where we go from there. So to me, the next time someone tells me that their art is not good, right? My first question is, do you like it? Right? Can you explain it? Do you like to explain it? Because to me, if you're doing art and you're embarrassed about it, that tells me a lot about the person, right? And it's not a bad or a good thing. I feel the thing that I would typically point out is that what is it about your art that makes it particularly, that elicits that insecurity, right? And one of the kind of wonderful things about participating in expressive forms of medium is that, yeah, it's not a one thing we have to keep in mind is that that's what art does, right? It's a form of self-expression. So naturally there's going to be a lot of weight on it, right? You're afraid what happens if people don't like the things you place on canvas. That's the truest that's the truest comment of all when it comes to artwork. You're thinking to yourself, it's like, well, I think the ones that are most critical about it tends to be the one that has a lot of things online. It's a bit of vulnerability, right? If your artwork sucks, it kind of hurt, or if you think it sucks, it requires a lot of bravery to know that, well, it clearly doesn't resonate with a lot of people, but it's something that is you. And I'm talking about a hobby-wise thing, right? I don't know. There's something really magical about that. I think language can serve is also a vehicle for that. However, in this day and age, language has become incredibly objectified. So, maybe less so. I predicate on. I love when art and forms of expression become so ornate that it becomes transformative, like emergent. So then you don't have comments. Like, it's difficult to have comments like, oh yeah, for example, oh yeah, like this is this means this means that. It's like, well, actually, no one really knows. It's so complicated. What do you think about it? At least that's where I'm coming from. And it's called a personal bias. That's probably why I lean away from hyperrealism. Dang it. This isn't quite what I'm aiming for. Try again. I guess. I wanted it to be a little bit more angular. We're gonna end up obscuring some of this stuff anyways. try to clean it up a little bit. Let's do like a. I drew one yesterday. Today. Make it like kind of obvious. Yeah, that captures the shape already. We're good. That's kind of a nice touch. Okay. Maybe like a. Okay. Just a little bit of flare, right? You know, I kind of want to make it so that it's more like a shape with a pattern in it. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Oh, I haven't done this either. This might be a fun thing to do. I saw a bunch of people like online. I saw a bunch of artwork that kind of use this technique. So we'll try it. I'll try it for the first time. I think I have a pretty decent eye for it. We'll do it. Once I clean this up a little bit here. Personally, whenever, which I hear most of the time, whenever I hear someone like, "Oh yeah, my artwork's not that great," my immediate thought is, I think their artwork's probably really endearing. The artwork is quite endearing. It's definitely different from a different feeling I get when someone says, "Oh, my artwork is really good," and I know how to draw. You've been doing it wrong. This is how you're supposed to draw. That's a different perspective, right? And I say this because that's kind of how I feel about language learning. By a lot of people, that's the feeling I get when I interact with quite a lot of people, or more than I usually interact with lately. Like, oh, okay. I mean, that's good, I suppose. I'm not here to tell you how to draw your artwork. Know what I mean? So I suppose that's still something that I can still talk about art that way. Not so sure about language anymore. We're gonna try our best to make these lines. We're not gonna. I have an idea that'll make that might bring this thing together. I have an idea. Which could look amazing, and I might end up throwing out all this line work anyways. Funny enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. Darn you! It's so long. Why did I make it so long? Alright, we're gonna have to break this up. Doesn't look that great, does it? Okay. It's okay. You know what? That's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. We gotta put in like a... Okay. Uh, how does that work? Yeah, it's kind of like this. Yep. And then this. There we go. Nothing like sketching and then going back and looking at things. You know, all right. Real talk. As much as I want to practice my straight lines, I should have done this from the start. See, what would be really next level if I planned this out would be I would vector this whole thing. I would vector this whole thing and then do some shenanigans with like occlusion or masking where I could do like a crazy amount of paint that only comes through the silhouette of the ship. So then the ship itself could be, I think I'm still gonna go, I still think I'm gonna try to do that though. So we'll see how it works out. Doesn't have to be that clean, really. Okay. This was so much fun. The quote unquote hard part is more or less over. Now we get to do like the creative part. The part where mess around with color palettes and stuff to get an emotional feel, right? How does this work? Oh, probably like this way. That doesn't quite mix. Hmm. Yeah, that works. Okay. Okay. Man, that looks great. Maybe I should start with the background first next time. I did see comments, other peeps talk about this too, where sometimes starting with the background and then deciding what goes in that background, very, very cathartic and helps with the creation process quite a bit. This one's definitely eliciting a mood. This doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be pointy, doesn't have to be anything. Gotta complete our piece. Okay. Eh. Okay. This one. All right. All right. So we got the clean stuff, right? I think that's a pretty decent looking chip, if I do say so myself. Now, how do we go about this? I don't like this part. Okay, so we cleaned up our ship. And now I want to do something interesting with our ship. Honestly, we're gonna do the... I have different ideas, and it might clash a little. Well, we'll see. Let's I have such a great idea. All right. Let's freehand this. I need a color scheme. More or less brown bottom. We can make it dark. So I have a great idea. And this time we're not doing shadowing or anything. We're gonna carefully doesn't have to be perfect. Actually, we'll take the bottom, the top. Yes. I know that that didn't say anything. But yes. Bottom, top, yes. Oh, you know, we can go back and erase them. I think that's probably where we're gonna go. So like those little holes in there, I don't have to worry about that. I have such a great idea for this. We'll see how well it works out. First, I need to outline this though. Steady hands, steady hands. Okay. Right. We're gonna do watercolor. So let's do watercolor. Probably a combination of these two. What is it? We're supposed to start from light. Okay, we're supposed to start from light to... I guess the first thing we would want to do is to... Whoops! No! Okay. Fine. Alright, so that's the first thing we do. Right. That's the first thing we do. And then do. How dark is this? If I oops, white. That's fine. That's actually pretty strong. So we gotta go from dark to light. Yes, brown. Or okay. That's not the right brush. Oh wait, that is the right brush. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe we do this first. Slightly lighter. Do something like this. Not enough. Why are you so light all of a sudden? I don't get this brush. Alright. Okay. Then we're taking what? Okay. I have a smile on my face because I think this thing is gonna come together pretty well. Or I guess what I'm doing right now is I'm doing volumes. I'm basically doing volumes with watercolor, but going backwards. Okay, so we got our volumes done. Oh, I guess I totally forgot about this. That's okay. Actually, it's probably all the same color. And next we're going to take... You know, there is a chance we might just... yeah, all the line work might disappear. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, now we're gonna take this brush. And we're gonna go back through our things. I guess we do the dark part. Do the dark part. Oh, don't go full black. Um, why is this so sharp? Oh, you know what? We can use this thing instead. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm feeling this. Eh? Oops. haven't, but there's quite a bit of things to do so far. But should I highlight this? Yeah. Let's do it. So. Okay. And then let's highlight this. Okay. 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 Yeah, sure. Oh no. I don't have the whole thing in my view. Oh no. It's okay. Is it? No, 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 it's not okay. Uh, son of a... This part is gonna be a little tough. I think the way I went about it yesterday with the other piece may have been a little bit more desirable. All right, here we go. Breath holding time. Still holding my breath. And I've suffocated. Just kidding. Kidding. Hold up. Oh, I want to do something else, but it will be a little bit messy. That's okay. Close enough. This is where all those hours of kanji practice comes in. Right. Where am I going? Oh. Okay. This one. Okay, so we're blanketing this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. wonder what this looks like without it. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's go through. Hmm. Yeah, we have yet to put it in the environment. Yet. Yet. Alright. We got one last sale to do. Okay. Alright. Haven't gotten to the fun part yet. Hands become steadier as we go. Okay. Alright, what did we do? This. Alright. Then we went with this. Oh, wait. That was a mistake. That's why it looked weird. Okay. Hmm. All right. Okay. So we have that. Okay. Nah, I'm gonna decide against what I was gonna do. I was gonna try to do add another contrasting like style to it, but nah, we're not gonna do that. I was thinking about it. Maybe I do a glow up. Let's think about something else. Something else I can do. Ooh. Hey. No, we're clouded enough. Okay, so I was thinking of doing something like this, but let's see how that looks out. Let's see how that. Nah. No, 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 no. Let's not. Let's not. It's too much work. What? Yeah, we gotta. Where was this? Dinner's almost done. Yeah. Nice. Very nice. What's for dinner? What is for dinner? But we're going to These are the lines, right? Chicken ramen. That sounds delicious. Uh, how did... Probably gonna use this. Okay. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Nah, we're fine. Good enough. It's good enough. Do I want to do? Yes. No. Nah. there there are places that are like, no, I clearly didn't. I clearly didn't do them well enough. Hold on. Hold on. Maybe I can. Oh, no. Oh, you know what I can do though? I got it. Hold up. The lines are too designed. Okay, hold on. I got this. That doesn't work. Oh, I know. Wait. I know. Hold up. I know where it is. Sit. Where is it? Is it? Alright, yeah, we're fine. 3 hours. I'll take 3 hours. We gotta go get to our language learning. Yeah, this part not so great. It's fine. We tried. Okay. Gotten very, very alright with other things though. Very alright with other things. Okay. You know, maybe. Maybe. Let's see how this looks. Nah, that'll take way, way too long, huh? No, that'll take too long. We're fine. Hey, thanks, Lotus. Alright. So, apparently you're already locked into this name for 60 days? Yeah, I'm sorry to... I was kind of curious what you mean by changing it. Yeah, yeah. What happens if... Trying to figure out... What happens if I... Line it? No, no, that's too harsh. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So, what do we call this? Okay. So the Uncharted. Yes, Uncharted. Let's go look at what our choices are for Uncharted. Uncharted Unknown Waters. Oh, that works. Oh, that's interesting. Michi no Ryoiki. I see how that works. Oh, we can go with unknown instead. Is that Michi? So, Ryoiki. Okay. Territory, domain. Interesting. Combining two words? Yeah, let's go with that. Although I kind of like saying Michi instead. Michi. Nah, no, we're okay with this, right? I like unknown. Yeah. Not bad. Okay, let's look at Chinese. What do we have available for Chinese? Nothing. Apparently nothing. Okay, let's go. Let's go find. That's interesting. Wager, wager的. Interesting. I'm not convinced about that. I think we might, yeah, we might go with unknown. Let's go with unknown. Wager. Wager. Sorry, wager. Sounds like wager. No, why? No. Wait. Yeah. I think. Hold up. Let me get a sample here.
未知的
Yeah, 未知. Where's that 知? No, 未知. No, it's 未知. Oh, 未知. That's 3. It's so like 1 and 3, the little squiggly is not defined enough sometimes. Oh, no, it's not. Wait, I can't see that. X. Okay, wager. Okay. I go, wager. Oh, they're both the same, actually. Yeah, wager. Wager and michi are the same. So that makes it very appropriate. Where are we gonna place it? It's probably gonna be the top right. Okay. Okay. Why does that look kind of ugly? Oh, I mean, my... Oh, wait. Probably because of the show quarter. Fine. Right. And bleh. Nah. Let's do like a brown. That's kind of gross looking. Let's do... Honestly, I think that's fine. Yeah. We're fine. I didn't think of something interesting to... Some interesting texture to place in the back. Maybe like... good enough. All right. That's it. It's pretty nice. I mean, it looked pretty. It really worked itself out, huh? Like most of the prompts. Really worked itself out. Okay. Good enough for today. 3 hours. Not too bad. I think I'm landing on how to create landscapes, like really quick landscapes. Now, I am still having problems with man-made stuff, like boats and stuff. I don't want to. The reason why I'm having problems with it is it's taking too long. So like I don't want to. I was a little bit lackadaisical and lazy with this one, so I didn't go through and painstakingly do all the details. We'll see in the future. Okay. What is today's date? I sense the fatigue coming on, so it's the 22nd already. I can already tell that I'm getting tired. So that's kind of nice because this is why I don't do this too often, but in short spurts. It's about where I would think where the fatigues are setting in. However, whenever I get on in front of the canvas, things feel great again. So it's one of those things like, I mentioned this before, where if you're not used to starting something and then finding a place to stop, starting something, finding a place to stop, starting something again and again, over time, it gets harder and harder to do that. And it's difficult even if you do it all the time. And this, in my opinion, one of the challenging parts about this type of style of things is the finishing, stopping, like starting, finishing, starting, back and forth constantly. Because each day you wake up and you're like, all right, from the top, from the top constantly. And yeah, I can only do this for like a month, probably. It's less so about the continuum. Like you still have the self-satisfaction of constantly accruing experience, and you keep on that. I just wanted to be a little honest about something that it still is quite fatiguing, in my opinion, even for perhaps someone like myself who constantly start new things and then finding a place to stop. Some of this might sound very reminiscent to individuals who believe or have confirmed, from a specialist or something, that they have ADHD, that kind of thing, where it's difficult to complete things because things keep coming up over and over again. And I feel these are types of the mental exercises that one become very must, in my opinion, or encouraged to necessitate and normalize the idea of knowing how to get back to something you didn't complete, start something, but know when to, stop for a moment and then come back to it. So as much as I would love to constantly come back to these, I've since acquired the due diligence to take all the experience you can have and then move it forward. Like, take the experience, push it forward. Take the experience, push it forward, right? Invest for it continuously. The things you do will not quite work out, in my opinion, if you're adamant on doing things. Certainly you can reduce that volume, tweak it to your benefit. Like, you can choose to do very, very few things and hope to invest everything you have into those few things and hope they work out, right? I speak for myself here that interest, in order to keep one's hobby consistently giving and rewarding and whatnot, eventually diminished return comes into play due to complacency and normalization, right? I feel that's a human condition, not someone who's exclusive. Like, it's not exclusive of at least any humans that I'm aware of. So in that way, when you're doing hobbies, like drawing is my hobby, so naturally, almost every single, I say almost, I think I'm fairly comfortable in saying every single piece that I have ever done has imperfections, of which in retrospect can be attractive to revisit. So as is, this piece is a demonstration of what I am feeling and, seeing and doing now. When you look back on it, yes, you're going to say something like, oh, they're not quite good, or they're not that great. It's like, I can do so much better now than I did before. Well, to me, for someone who starts and stops, learning process, the idea is that is part of the journey. What is on here, what is left incomplete, what is less than ideal, is a representation of what you will be when you look back on this and what you were then. So in no way do I ever feel embarrassed in that regards, if one has that mindset, that like, okay, oh, here you are, this is it, we're moving along. Actually, I kind of want to take a peep. I need to find a day. I gotta get on it. I'm still 2 behind, so I'm actually in excess of 2 prompts behind. We did a double up 2 days now. Need to do 4. Tomorrow's prompt is rhinoceros. What the heck? Oh my god. Tomorrow's prompt is rhinoceros. How the heck am I going to... Wow, I'm certainly gonna have to get creative with that. I'm gonna get it to anyways, and then so I'm technically three prompts, right? So tomorrow's prompt and the 2 prompts I'm missing. So if I was ambitious, I would be planning for rhinoceros, camp. Ooh, I did do a fun camp one. For Halloween. And I have an idea for camp. Yes. Oh, I have a good idea for camp. So there is a idea that I scrapped here. I scrapped a kappa. I was gonna draw a kappa, but a kappa is a river spirit, so it would have been kind of weird to throw it into an ocean. But I have something with Guanxi and kappa, maybe, for the camp thing. And then 23 is rust. Oh, there's also expedition coming up. Oh my gosh, this qualifies as an expedition. All right. Anyways, we got to get more creative. We're running out of things to draw that centers around traveling. I think it's really fun. It's also exhausting to come up with to spin things. So I'm feeling the fatigue. It is about a month in. We're like 2/3 the way in, so sounds about right. It feels good. I like staring at this white ball right here. This is kind of how I before we switch gears. This is kind of how I feel when I look at the sun each day. Yeah, it's nice, it's warm, it's comforting. There might be doom and gloom surrounding it, but the sun is great. Moon so as well. Okay. Alright. Looking like putting some expressions in the canvas. All right, I think I'm most satisfied with this background, actually. I think so far, the thing that got nailed the hardest was this background. All right. Tomorrow might be a little edgy. Maybe we'll do an edgy rhinoceros or something. Maybe like a rhinoceros doing like an anime kick or something. Oh, wait, I got a great idea. All right, more on that tomorrow. I got a really great idea. Yeah, I got a really great idea. Did you see yesterday's prompt, Lotus? Oh wait, did I show you yesterday's prompt? I think yesterday's prompt was really great too. I mean, enter. I got my interest got piqued. See, what was this? Uncharted. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna take a peep. I'm gonna take a peep at the Nakis Inktober. Wait, is the Nakis still around? Because that link didn't take me to the place. Oh wait, we can't find that. Oh, that link doesn't work. Weird. Wait, do you need an account to view it? Probably need an account, don't you? Okay. All right. Time to switch gears. All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling, watching the process, you know. As per usual. Oh, wait, you know. That's okay. All right. Kind of annoying. Hold up. Kind of annoying. Where is this in relation? Why is this so bright here? Sorry. I don't know what happened to this part. Weird. Hmm. Ah, okay. All right. Sorry, my Windows. Okay, off to our lesson. We have new vocab today. Chinese as well. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching. If you're gonna watch later, thank you. 谢谢. Right. ありがとうございます.